My fellow fighters and the people of the world, I guess I have to give my respect to the singer Betusile Mcinga, because I believe he's a real stand-up G. He's a real dude, to do what he recently did, speak against injustice, and not picking sides and not even making things personal, just speaking facts for the fact, for the reality of it, with a principled approach. Even after this guy was denied to perform at the EFF event because he was an ANC comrade, he still comes out today to defend the injustice that is happening to the CIC with the court case of the gun in East London. I want to read something to you and what this man said, and I'll show you and remind you who he is. Betusile Mcinga, he says, criminals are busy shooting and murdering innocent people, but the court is trying to find guilty a man who allegedly shot the air. I repeat, criminals are busy shooting and murdering innocent people, but the court is trying to find guilty a man who allegedly shot the air. Betusile Mcinga. We know who he's talking about and what he's talking about. Very interesting that this man has something to say like this after being ill-treated by some of the EFF members. EFF members were unhappy that this guy was put on a poster to come and perform at the EFF event after they found out that this guy has been campaigning for the ANC against EFF. You remember this event? Yes, the celebration, the birthday celebration of the EFF. They had booked Betusile Mcinga to come and perform there. He was one of the big guests there because I believe he's a big artist, makes nice music to those who like that type of music. Unfortunately, I'm a Tsonga man. I rather listen to Tsonga music, but I do sometimes play Zulu music, but I hardly do that. I rather play my own Tsonga music, my own artist from where I'm from, or I play hip-hop. I'm a hip-hop fan. Hardly play amapiano. If I play amapiano, I play something like Kelvin Momo, Kabza de Small, and of course Deep House. There's a playlist of Deep House where there's various of artists that I listen to on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify, you must come through for the boy. Okay, so this guy, Betusile Mcinga, that guy I just showed you there. There's the guy. There's the picture. So this guy, the fighters say they don't want him to perform at the EFF event because in the past it's been exposed that in KZN or Eastern Cape. I beg to be corrected. Please do that. In KZN or Eastern Cape, let me say rather Eastern Cape, not KZN. And then you correct me. You rather correct me with me making a mistake, or you rather say, decent Q. You chose the right one. It was Eastern Cape. In the Eastern Cape, this man, he used to campaign, or he's a member of the ANC. He campaigns for the ANC. And you know when parties campaign, they have to, of course, go against a certain party. They have to have a rivalry party. The rivalry party, of course, of this guy being the EFF. They have to go against the EFF. And Mati, this guy has been telling the people in the communities that they must not vote for the EFF, they must vote for the ANC. So the fighters are like, oh, well, you are in our poster and you are supposed to come and perform in the EFF event. And we don't want you here because we know what you have done in the Eastern Cape. So they had the outcry. They cried out to the leadership of the EFF for this guy to be removed. And this guy was removed. And it makes me wonder and ask the question that people who say this thing is a cult and there's no anyone's opinions that get to be listened, why was the fighters on the ground? This was not even the leadership, the CCT, or any leadership position type of people. It was just the fighters on Facebook, fighters on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, who rose up and be like, we don't want this guy to be performing here, please remove him. And it was removed. Then they added Sfiso. This Sfiso is a guy who was never even supposed to be added in substitute of these guys. Fiso was just supposed to be there by default in that event. They never even had to substitute this guy. They should have put Fiso Dala in the first poster, but it's fine. It's a mistake, I believe, and they're willing to learn from. They put Fiso. Fiso is a guy who performs EFF songs. He makes songs dedicated to specifically the EFF. He does that. He sings very beautiful, wonderful. So they substituted Betusile. So Betusile, I'm seeing after I just explained what happened to him, he's still being fair in his judgment of what he sees. And many people have seen, even the only people who have seen want the CIC's head so bad and they're willing to support AfriForum with this nonsensical case is the people there in the Floyd Shivambu's team. I don't know what's wrong with those people. Like, they are the ones who are like, yeah, he must go down here. AfriForum must destroy this man. Like, you hate him like that? Come on, man. There's certain things like, there's certain people you can hate so bad, but when they're attacked by certain people, you will not be part of it, or maybe you defend them. If it was us and AfriForum was fighting you like this, even Floyd Shivambu, the same Floyd Shivambu people you say I hate, I wouldn't agree AfriForum should be the one to take Floyd Shivambu down. Not AfriForum. No ways. No ways. You know. But like Malema was taken down by AfriForum. AfriForum, they came after Malema, not AfriForum. VF Plus came after him. They destroyed his BLF party. And I was like, did he tell you that? Since he's busy paparazzi, did he tell you that? He never told people that his party, the people who made sure his party goes down, was the VF Plus. The Afrikaners, you know. The Afrikaners. Yeah, VF Plus represents Afrikaners. They destroyed his PLF party. This party was not destroyed by black people. It was destroyed by VF Plus. And I wish it was destroyed by black people. Black people, yeah. It was, in a way, low-key destroyed by black people because black people didn't support it. But what I mean is, VF Plus took him to court and took his party to court because of the policies his party was having. They said his policies are only black or only. Because his party had this thing that only black people are allowed to have a membership of his party. And then VF Plus was like, we can't allow a party like this. The Constitution of South Africa doesn't allow a political party like this to exist. So they took him to court, they destroyed him, they cooked everything. And it got to a point where, you know, his party, the story, what happened. So, why should something like that happened to Anile Mntama happen to the CIC? No, it can't. These people are celebrating so much that AfriForum would be the one to take him down with this gun case. Because they know Bonangwabo as black people, black leaders who wanted him gone. They failed. Now they're relying so bad on white people. Come on, man. Be like Betusile Mcinga. Doesn't matter how much Julius Malema, you hate him or he hates you. But certain things are just for principle. There's plenty of people who are dying because of guns. They never get arrested. Those people who murdered our people, murdered kids. But this guy was shooting the air, must go down. So he can be happy. He's done. Come on, Buffett, to be realistic. But what can we say? It's the world we live in. It is what it is. Tango.